Okay, give me 1 second as I get everything adjusted. Thank you. Go on, Bubba. Go get Daddy. Go get him. Okay, hello everybody. I am so sorry for not being here on time and for being gone the last couple of weeks. Gosh, I was all excited too to come back today and be like, hey, we're doing sprints and everything, and time like completely got away from me. I took a nap earlier today and I completely lost track of time. It's been a day. It has been a day. So I am woefully unprepared, but we will be doing sprints tonight. I'm very excited. I have missed doing sprints. And we also have a lot of stuff to catch up on for those of you that might not be watching my vlogs or anything. I've got a lot of stuff I got to catch you up on. But give me just a few minutes just so I can get some timers pulled up for everybody. Put my glasses back on so I can actually see partially. Because I can see okay, but like the glare that comes off from the monitors and stuff on my glasses sometimes gets annoying that I can see it, so so I need 10-minute timer. But everybody, please tell me how you guys are doing. How have you been? I know it's been a few weeks. What are you going to be reading today? What are we working on? I'm going to be working on getting through The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is a reread for me, but it's fulfilling prompts for Magical Readathon and Witchathon and stuff like that. So, yeah, and then I still have to also put out my links for stuff. So I'll do this one, I guess. Nope, I didn't want to do that, but that's fine. Do that one. And then we'll do 15 minutes. But yeah, tell me how you guys are doing in chat. See how things are going. Hi, Issa. Welcome. Glad to see you. How are you doing? Gosh, I feel, like I said, so all out of sorts. I apologize greatly. I'm not I am not okay right now. I'm just like, but we're otherwise doing all right. We're doing okay. Hi, Adrian. Hello. Boy, oh boy, it's been a time. I guess let's do this one. I'm just finding a bunch of random timers. Adrian, what are you guys, and Issa, what are you guys working on for sprints today? We're going to be sprinting, for those of you that don't know, for about 4 hours total, so it'll be about midnight my time by the time I finish up. That's what I tend to do, is go about 4 hours with some kind of talking in between. Ooh, there's a sushi timer. That's fun. Let's do that one. And then in just a few, I will go over how we do this for everybody that might be new, who might be joining in for the first time, because it has been some time. So I definitely need to give everybody in a refresher of how things are going to go, just because, I don't know, some of you might forget. I don't know. Not you. Maybe you remember. But there's some people who don't even know. Okay, let's do that one. No, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to make it into a new tab. Thanks. That's great. Gosh, so I guess I'll start talking about some of the stuff to catch you guys up on. Well, the thing is where should I start? Because it's been a few weeks. I don't remember exactly the last time I sprinted. It was like 3 weeks ago, something like that. So it's been a time. I'm doing okay. Today is a little rough just because I don't feel the best, but I feel fine enough, obviously, to do sprints and stuff. I just have had, it's been a day. I was out grocery shopping today, and I ran some other errands, which was good. I didn't get everything I needed to get done today done, but I did do quite a bit. I went and did some shopping today. I did actually go to Bath & Body Works near me, and they had the Halloween stuff out, and I was so excited. So I got a few candles. I got a couple little candle holder things. So I guess let's do this one. I'm just literally grabbing random timers at this point. I need 3 more. 50 minutes. A chapter left of the Spy and the Serpent. Okay. By Maria Ying. Sapphic dystopian romance novella. Nice. That sounds awesome. Glad you'll be able to finish something tonight. Want to finish We Are the Origin by C.M. Lockhart. Was at a street fair earlier, so I haven't read yet today. Yeah, I haven't read anything at all today either. I honestly haven't even read much in the last 2 days. So I'm a little behind on my reading schedule I set up, but it's nothing I can't manage. Hi, Paulina. Welcome. Starting the Poppy War. Oh my gosh, I love that book. I love that series so much. I am so excited for Babel to come out in 3 days. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. Everyone's having Halloween fever. Oh, yeah. I am definitely one of those people for more reasons than just the pure holiday by itself. But my husband and I, for those of you that don't know, my husband and I got married on Halloween. We got married on Halloween of 2020, and that was a fun time. But we also sorry, I got distracted. Every time around Halloween, usually the 30th or the 29th, sometimes around there, we go to a concert. It's something we've done since we were dating, where we go to this Halloween concert event thing in Detroit. And it's a really fun time. We've, like I said, done it for years. We've been doing it since we were I think we've gone every year except during the pandemic year, 5 years in a row. It's so much fun. It's always such a good time. And I think we're going again this year, but I'm not sure. I don't remember because I know that the show is on the 30th of October and it's a Sunday. So I don't know for certain because I don't know if both of us could take Monday off. I know I definitely could, but I don't know if he would be able to take time off for that. But I would really like to be able to go. I guess let's just do a simple one. I don't really seem to care at this point. But yeah, I love the Halloween time, regardless of just, the holiday. But the holiday has always been one of my favorites ever since I was a little kid. And my husband and I, the reason we got married on Halloween was, one, it was, both of our favorite days. And then 2, our anniversary for when we were dating was always November 5th. So we had basically wanted it where we wanted to try to get married as close to our anniversary as possible to just kind of keep it the same. But that was not going to work out in our favor. And we had found out that the Saturday, the last Saturday of the month, basically was Halloween. And so we were like, let's do that. It was either that or it was going to be the 24th, I think. But we just decided to do it on Halloween because we love the holiday as it is. So it didn't really matter to us. Nope, I did not want to do that. I'm going to get into a new tab again. Yes, love that you're excited. I'm picking up Babel pre-order. Oh, I think I'm going to do the Kindle version because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have the time to be able to go and pick it up in store. And I also want to get it a little bit cheaper. And I think the Kindle version, no matter if the sale on Amazon doesn't happen or not, I'm going to get it through them because the Kindle version at the very least is $18. I think something like that without the sale. Cause I think currently or at least as of yesterday, it was on sale for $15. But there's also 2 other books I want to get that come out. There's Clown in a Cornfield 2, Frendo Lives, which is the sequel to Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar, which I'm pretty excited about. And then the newest graphic novel in the Mighty Nine Critical Role Origins comes out for Yasha, and I'm very excited. Even though I've never watched the Mighty Nine campaign, I want to collect all the graphic novels for everything that they do because, it's Critical Role. I love it. Listen, I saw a yellow leaf today. It's autumn. I don't care if it's 90 degrees. Yeah, it was pretty warm for us today. It was very sunny was the big thing, and then it was also partially humid for part of the day because I think it was supposed to rain today, but I don't think it did. And I was fine, but I had a beanie on during the day, so it was definitely a little toasty. Sounds like so much fun. It's great to see you guys kept it a tradition. Yeah, I mean, like we're big on stuff that we get to do together. And my husband and I, like I said, we've always enjoyed Halloween. It's always been something that we've really, taken pride in enjoying. And ever since he started taking me to these concerts that we started going to, because it's mostly for a band that he really likes, and several bands actually. But I grew to like the music too. And there was one year specifically where one of my favorite bands was going to be performing during that same show. Like they were one of the openers for this band. And I was like, I have to be there. I have to go. I have to go watch them. And it was a really fun time. Like, I think what they usually have anywhere between 4 to 5 total artists playing that night, besides the main event, which is this band Twisted. If you guys don't know who they are, like if you've ever heard of Insane Clown Posse, they're kind of like the same. Well, they're not 100% the same people. They were very closely tied with ICP back in the day when ICP was pretty big, and there's some history between the two of them basically. But Twisted is a duo. It's 2 guys, and they're really, really cool. Like they do a lot of the rap basis of it, but it's very rooted in, that like rock and roll, like in some ways almost metal. They actually have a couple albums that they really rely on the metal influences that they grew up with, and through people that they've actually done stuff with. And they've actually done a couple of songs with people like Tech-N9ne, who's another like dark metal rapper kind of guy. One of the guys I actually met at the convention that they put on every year, which is called Astronomicon, I got to meet the lead singer of Ice Nine Kills, Spencer Charnas, and he's done a song with them. He was featured on one of their songs for one of their albums, and they're just a great time. And we've met Twisted like almost every time we've gone, because we've almost always gotten VIP, so we've been able to meet Twisted, and they're super nice. And funny enough, actually, one of the gentlemen that's in the band, Twisted, his name's Paul. He actually, I have a slight connection to, because one of the friends I had in college, took classes with, worked at the Writing Center with, she actually used to be really good friends with Paul's daughter. And it was really funny because we were going to the concert and I was talking to my friends about it, and she's like, oh my gosh, say hi to Paul for me. And I'm like, you know who Paul is? And she's like, yeah, I grew up with his daughter. Like, it was so funny. And I actually went to that concert and I was like, hey, Morgan said hi. She wanted me to ask how you're doing. And he's like, Paul literally got like this big smile on his face. And he was like, oh my gosh, you know Morgan? That's so awesome. Like, hope she's doing well. I'm glad to hear that she's doing okay. All these things. It was super sweet. Like, these guys are super funny and like goofy. And I just really appreciate them. Like, they're very, very awesome with their fans. And they're very much like people who like, they're good people. They're good vibing people, like just kind of know. Okay, we got a Tech-N9ne fan, so you kind of know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I've been able to meet Jamie and Paul like many, many times. They're very fun, and I'm excited. I hope we get to go again this year, but it's going to depend because I don't know, like I said, if we're going to have the time to be able to take off for like the day after, because they usually do it the day before Halloween, which in Detroit is typically thought of as Devil's Night, which is normally not a very good day to be in Detroit. It's typically a day where, like, in the evening, it gets pretty crazy. There's, like, bad stuff happens. But we end up usually being on a safer side of Detroit, so it's never, like, really been an issue anytime we've gone. But also, Devil's Night in Detroit has not nearly been as bad the last several years as it, was always made out to be when I was a kid. It was always made out to be like, this really, really awful time. You don't want to be walking the streets, kind of thing. And the last like several years that we've gone, there have been no issues. Like, we've had no problem being able to like walk from the venue back to our hotel or whatever. Because honestly, like where we were in the city, that kind of stuff just didn't happen. It was like you go a few blocks down and bad stuff would happen, but not in that like general vicinity, I guess, if you will. But it was a really fun time last year. We went last year for the first time since we got married, and because we couldn't go during the year we got married, because for one, we were getting married, and two, it was like during COVID, and so we couldn't really like do anything like that. They didn't even host anything for that year, but it was really fun to be able to go last year, and we try to make it like a thing, just so that if nothing else, that he and I get to go do something for our anniversary. Because like I said, our dating anniversary was always November 5th. So that was like kind of our anniversary trip and gift to each other. And we'd buy like merch and we'd go to dinner and all these different things. Like it's always just a fun time. But speaking of dinner, I have dinner sitting here. It's chicken. Well, it's vegan chicken, if you will, vegetarian chicken or whatever you want to call it. Because we're still doing that. I don't know if I ever told you guys that, but we switched to doing a little bit less meat for the last couple of months. My husband, though, did say that we can start kind of incorporating it back in a little bit. It was mostly for his sake, because he was finding a lot of meat was not doing well with his stomach. And so we decided to switch, and it's been doing fine. We have a lot of vegetarian options around here, which is really nice. But yeah, and then I don't know if you guys have been watching my vlogs at all. I know I'm talking like so much, but I got to catch you guys up on a lot of stuff. I'll get through like this past week updates and stuff, because honestly, last week I had genuinely meant to stream, because I had taken a little bit of time from that because of live shows and stuff, and because I got really busy. But I really had wanted to come out last week and do sprints, but we actually had a bit of an issue that Robert and I had to figure out, and that's because we had mice in the house. Yeah, that was great. That was fun. And the thing was that we kind of had a feeling that there could have been possibly mice at some point in the house, but we didn't, because we didn't see anything ever. We weren't really seeing any mouse poop up until about last weekend. We had started to notice that there was stuff like kind of sitting around. And apparently they've been here for a hot minute. And so far, through the traps and the poison that we have placed around the house that Oscar is not able to get to, do not worry, he is safe. We caught about 6 mice this past week so far. Just tiny little baby field mice. So that's been fun to deal with. But like I said, Oscar's not able to get into any of the stuff. The traps he doesn't have any access to in any way, because the places that like the mice have been congregating are pretty isolated. Like I can, like, one of them is not this closet here, not this one, but the closet in our bedroom. They would congregate in there because there's a crawl space that leads to under the house. So they congregate there. So that has a door similar to this one that you can close, so he can't get in there. They like to be in my library, which I found out was because I had my offerings for my guides and my deities up there, and my herbs that I use for spell work. So I had to get rid of all my herbs. I had to thoroughly clean my entire library because they got up onto my bookshelves. So that was great. And I had to like deep clean that entire place. And I have no herbs anymore to do my spell work with, which is fine. I can do my spell work still no matter what. But I'm a little sad because I spent a lot of money collecting those herbs, if you will. And then the other place that but the library has a door because it's technically a third bedroom upstairs where my library is. So that has a door that I can close in where we've placed the traps and stuff that Oscar can't get into. And the only other place that they really seem to congregate in any way is inside our bottom shelves of cupboards in our kitchen. So those all have doors and we can close them so that Oscar doesn't get into them. So he is safe. He has not gotten into anything. We keep a really big eye on him with that because he very easily could get into anything. However, when it comes to the poison, what's really nice too is that we have found the poison where essentially it has like a lid on it. So Oscar would have to be pretty damn crafty to be able to even get into those things if he really wanted that. So yeah, that was not fun. We actually ended up finding out, though, because this all happened last Saturday, right? Last Saturday night, we were sitting down watching some TV, and all of a sudden, we saw this little brown thing scurry across the floor from the office into, because there's none in here, but somehow one of them scurried from like where the office door is under one of our couches. And we looked in and out of that couch, could not find it. But what we did find out was that that same couch also had it had a trundle bed. So it had a pull-out bed you could take out. We looked under the mattress, and there was mold underneath the mattress because it's an old couch. It was something we bought off of a friend of ours that we have had for, a good while. And so we basically have to get rid of that couch, which sucks, but it is what it is. Can't do anything. So yeah, it's been a time. And also got a new desk finally. So I'm now situated like right in the corner where you guys would normally see me. And I'm very happy because I had ordered a desk last week and they sent me one that was not functional. And so then my husband replaced it with this one that we have that he set up. So he was amazing. I love my husband so much for doing that because I would have not been able to. I suck at building things, hence why my other desk that I had completely broke apart. But he built this and I love it so much. It's so nice. And we're going to also get a new chair hopefully soon. I have to wait for the refund for the other one to hit my account before I can, but I will be getting a new office chair because this one needs to go. It's old, it's worn down, I'm annoyed. Not mice. We had some, but they were under the house, not inside. Yeah, no, ours were inside because this is like, it's a 2-level house, but there's no basement. So they were crawling in. We think that basically what happened was that they were crawling in through the crawl space and getting in that way. And then we found a mouse hole in my library upstairs, which was how they were like climbing through the rafters and stuff or whatever. They were then able to get into the library through there. They didn't touch my husband's side of the second floor because my husband, like, when you go up our stairs, there is like to the right-hand side, this like living room-esque area that he has like all his stuff in. Hey, get your nose down, little boy. That's not for you. He would have like all his stuff basically like on that side of the second floor. And then the actual technical bedroom that's up there is where my library is. The mice didn't get anywhere near his stuff. Just mine. I don't know. Just that. OMG, that was a whole adventure. Yeah, it definitely is not boring. That's for sure. This past week, at least, it was not boring, but it was a time. It was a time. So yeah, but now we think things have finally settled down. We haven't found any mice in any of the traps in the last like day and a half. So I think it's possible that we might have squashed the problem, but we're going to wait a couple more days before taking the traps away fully, just on the off chance that something else is going on. But then after the traps are taken away, we are plugging up that damn hole that is upstairs because I am not about to have more mice come into my library and fuck my shit up. It's not happening. All right, but give me 1 second so I can go close the door. Oh, my poor Oscar came right up as I was closing the door. Like, Mom, what are you doing, Mom? Okay, folks. So with the updates said and done, there's other things I'll talk about too in terms of like the stuff that I've been putting out recently for those of you that might not know. But let's go ahead and get started with our first sprint and go over the rules for everybody who may be new. So if you do not know how I do my reading sprints here, I do basically D12 reading sprints where I take this little purple D12 here that I got and I roll it. And whatever number we end up getting with the roll is multiplied then by 5 to then give us our amount of time for sprints. Now, there's a few rules with that. The first of which is that we never do 5-minute sprints. If I ever roll a 1, where is it? There it is. If I ever roll a 1 here, still getting used to this new camera setting. There we go. This technically would be a 5-minute sprint, but because I hate doing 5-minute sprints, this is basically considered a critical fail, and we will then roll again if we ever get a 1, and whatever number we get, depending on how big it is, we will either double the time that that roll will have or have it. Basically, up to 30 minutes, we will double, and anytime between 35 to 60 minutes, we will have. Then the second thing is that the first sprint is never more than half an hour. I like to give everybody a bit of a warm-up to start us off just so that, like, we can kind of get into the groove of things. So we never ever go past half an hour's worth of reading time for the first sprint. And then after that, all bets are off. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and do our first roll and get our first reading sprint done. That's a 12. We're not doing that. Okay, there we go. So I this time rolled a 4. So that means we're going to do a 20-minute sprint to start us off. Give us a nice warm-up. Give me some time to eat my vegan chicken. And I'm going to then pop in the audiobook for the Hating Game. And we're going to get started. I'd like to be able to get caught up to my reading schedule for that tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to. We'll see. But I also need to get my other screen shared because I almost forgot I need to do that. So we're going to do this timer. This is just a cute little countdown timer. So yeah, but all right, everybody. Hope you guys end up having a good 20 minutes of reading, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Go. Now that I have nails, I can do that. I'm so happy. I did my nails last night for the first time in like forever. And it feels so much better. Like, guys, never discount the idea of doing small things like that for yourself to make yourself feel better. I felt like such crap last night after work and before having date night with my husband, but I took a hot shower, I shaved, I did a facial, I did my nails, I did my toes. That perked me up like nobody's business. I'm just going to say. Like, I feel so much better having done that. Hello, welcome. Glad you made it. We just finished up our first sprint. Yes, so keep in mind, they're not the best. Like, I am very bad at doing my own nails. Apparently, I had 2 people when I was out doing errands today compliment me on them. They look way better at a distance. Yeah. So they look, actually they don't look nearly as bad now after the day, but they are like basically a matte black, and you can kind of see some of the bubbling that went on. Because I also did this keeping in mind that I had dog hair constantly getting in my way, because life is nothing without having dog hair everywhere anymore as a pet owner. So I just basically took like a set of press-on nails and just glued them down, and then painted over them with a UV light, basically like shellac, if you will, nail polish. I mean, you can see like my natural nail is right there, and this is like how much length I got from the tips. So yeah, they just, I have a set of nails polish that I got from Amazon that like you can make it either glossy or matte. So I just use the matte top coat, and that's how they look like this. So 15 pages. Wow, that starts amazingly. Oh, just wait, Paulina. Like, I'm going to say there's going to be points where you're probably going to be very emotional. That's all I'll say. Yes, nails are a bath and clean clothes can turn a bad day around. Oh my God, yeah. And I've been kind of down on myself the last like little bit. I haven't really like spoken about it to many people, but like with my anxiety, like I'm great for like a few days, and then I'm down for like a couple weeks, and I'm kind of like starting to get back into that upswing. So I was kind of going through it. I was going through emotions and stuff. So this though, like doing all of that last night made me feel so much better. So, oh, you did your nails. What color? Thank you. I mean, they look better today than they did yesterday. Like yesterday I had like paint all the way across my cuticles, and it was a mess. But I'm glad they turned out actually pretty decently, because I'm not the greatest when it comes to doing my nails, especially because I'm a right-handed person, so I can barely do my right hand with my left hand. So we'll see. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do my own too. Good from a distance is my motto. That is exactly what somebody told me when I was at Bath and Body Works. A girl was complimenting me on my nails, and I'm like, "Oh God, really? They look so bad. Like, I'm sure they must look good at a distance." And she's like, "Sometimes that's all that matters." I'm like, "True, yeah." Honestly, it's going to be a little emotional. So just be forewarned that there is a very particular chapter that I want to say it's like 3/4 of the way through the book. It's a big battle scene, I'll say that, but it's very, very emotional. And there's some things that the main character has to do that you would not expect her to have to do at her age, and that is by itself very emotional as well. Finished The Serpent and Her Spine, got myself a snack. I'll be reading The Kingdom of Gods by N.K. Jemisin for the next sprint, currently at page 60. Fun! Oh, also, I wanted to ask you guys. So I have been getting friends of mine who have been asking me to maybe do a couple different reading series starting up in 2023. I would like to maybe do a short one for N.K. Jemisin if I can manage it, or maybe not even short, but being able to do like a reading series of N.K. Jemisin's work. But I also thought about doing one for The Witcher, because I really like The Witcher books. I've only got through the first 2, and I wanted to make it kind of more of like a book club thing, but not really book club, because like it's kind of just like if you want to join, you can do it, but you don't have to. So What would your guys' thoughts be on that? Either doing N.K. Jemisin or The Witcher, because I think I could possibly do both. It would depend on how exactly I can structure it, because I think part of the year could be dedicated to N.K. Jemisin, and then part of the year could be The Witcher, or we could do all of N.K. Jemisin and then do all The Witcher, like something like that. But I definitely want to start at the very least next year with getting started with N.K. Jemisin's work. And I would do it starting sooner, but I've got just way too much planned for the next couple months that I'm not going to have time to start it until January. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining today. Guys, if you're not participating in this already, please go check out her channel. She has got a Witchathon readathon going on. It's the second round. It's very fun. Please go check it out. It's so cool. I'm actually working on my book, The Hating Game is one of my prompts for Witchathon, which I'm very excited for. So, yay. Thank you for joining me today. Mine are a butterscotch yellow with some red dot flowers and a unicorn skin topper. Ooh. Sounds sparkly. We're also reading The Obelisk Gate right now. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about N.K. Jemisin. I'm thinking about doing The Witcher. So, yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. But we'll get into some other stuff here in a second. You're welcome. I have so much enjoyed this readathon. It's so fun, and I'm very happy that I find more witches in my community. It makes me so happy. So, okay, so I was doing updates earlier. I'll do a few more updates. So some of you may know, some of you may not know, I have a podcast now. I have 3 episodes out for my podcast that I started at the beginning of this month. I'm so proud of the work I've done with it. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, it is called Owl's Book Nest. You can find it on Spotify, and you can find it on the Anchor app, because I use Anchor to make the podcast. It's very simple to do. It makes it so much easier than I thought it would ever be. But I would like to see what people have to say about it, because I want to know what you guys think in terms of the content, talking about stuff. I just recorded a new episode that will be going out this Wednesday, earlier today. So I'm very, very excited. I would like to really get some feedback on it. I really need some feedback. I need people to tell me whether it's boring or it's not. I just need some constructive feedback. So if you guys could please go check it out. The link for it should be in the description of my newest video, which would have been yesterday's video, which is my Brandon Sanderson reading vlog. So definitely please check it out. The episodes are pretty short. The first one's almost an hour, and the other 2 so far that are out are about less than 45 minutes right now. So I would really appreciate you guys giving them a listen, just kind of telling me what you think. If you have any topic ideas, that would be great. You guys can reach me on any of my socials that are usually in my descriptions of my videos. If you would like to give me some ideas, things like that. And then also, tell me what you would like in terms of other content while you're at that, because I would like to know what you guys are looking for. Dropped to number 4, so I need to get some reading done. Ooh, oh boy. Okay. Broken Earth Trilogy is definitely my next work by the author. I watch any content about her. There's so many fun projects. I do. I have so many. I have another one that's going to be coming out in September that I'm very excited for. So, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Added the podcast to my list for next week. Yay! Thank you, Paulina. I really appreciate that. Please, any constructive criticism you can give me, please feel free to. I am not really that hurt by anything negative. I just really want to know what it is I'm doing right, what I might be doing wrong, all that stuff. So even if it's the simplest things, even if it's just, the silliest, what sounds to be silly to you, just tell me. I would really appreciate any kind of feedback you guys can give. So then on top of that, other projects that will be coming out along the way. So in September, the first episode of a new series I will be doing on this channel will be coming out. I don't remember exactly what day, but I am working on a series that is basically Finish or DNF. And in this series, I will be reading a lot of series that will either be finished in that month, or I will read as much as I can until I DNF the series, essentially. I kind of got the idea from Kayla from Books with Lala, where she was doing a video where it was like reading so many books before until she DNF'd and just ended the video kind of thing. So I took that and I kind of ran with it, with doing it more so to specific series that either I've heard a lot about, that I've heard mixed things about in some way, or that I was just genuinely curious about on my own. So, you guys want to know what the first episode is going to be about? I'll give you a hint. The first episode is going to involve a very popular author and a very popular series by that author that is a fantasy romance series. I'll let y'all ruminate on that here for a minute. I want to know what you guys think I might be talking about. Some of you may know, some of you may not, because I may have talked about this before, but I want to know who might have an idea. Fantasy romance series by a very popular author, and it is a very popular series. Tell us everything. I love that you guys want to know. Actually, no, not ACOTAR, but I have been reading that. I just earlier this month finished A Court of Frost and Starlight, and I almost wish I would have waited to do this if I had thought of the series idea earlier. But the thing was I started reading ACOTAR earlier this year because I was reading it for my friend Princess at Castle Libraries reading series. We've been doing a reading series of it in preparation for her vow renewal for next year, because she wants to have the theme of it be very centered around the seasonal courts. So we started reading that series this year, and we are actually going to be finishing up with a Court of Silver Flames in September. So I wish if I had thought of this series beforehand that this would have been the first one, but unfortunately no. Mass or Armentrout? Okay, Issa. Armentrout is correct. Yes, Armentrout is correct. I'd love for you to say KF Breen, but I know it's not that. It's okay. So because Issa got the author, that can pretty much tell you exactly what it is that I will be reading. So yes, I will be reading the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And all I will say right now is when that video comes out, y'all are going to be surprised, I think, with that video. I'm not going to say why. I'm not going to say how long the video is going to be, because I don't want to give you guys any hints to that. But y'all are going to be probably very surprised in terms of my thoughts on this series. So that's all I will say. That is coming out in September. So don't, if you haven't already and you're interested in seeing that, make sure that you are subscribed, or at the very least, if you're already subscribed, make sure to hit the notification bell if it shows up. I don't know if it shows up with my subscriber count or not, but I'm so excited for this. I have a couple other series planned. I have 2 more episodes that I know for certain what I will be reading in those 2 episodes, but I need your guys' suggestions. So for series that you think I either may enjoy, or even if it's a series you don't think I'm going to enjoy and you just want to laugh at my reaction to things in those, please give me any suggestions you may have. And I will take them into consideration, because I may have already read the series, or I might be already working on them or something like that. But I would love any of your guys' suggestions for future Finish or DNF episodes. I will say the next 2 episodes are, do I even want to say? Yeah, I'll tell you guys because you're kind of the special crowd here. So the other 2 episodes are going to be from suggestions I had for my Instagram a couple of months ago, maybe, or about a month ago, something like that. I made a post on my Instagram stories of suggestions for something like this. And I got 2 people that gave me really good suggestions. The first one is the Darkest Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. I've never read it, but I have read a couple V.E. Schwab books, and I've been kind of hit or miss. So this was going to be a really interesting experiment, and it also was going to be fairly short. So if you're going to recommend me series, that's another thing. If you're going to recommend me a series, can you find series that are less than 5 books? Because I want to try to get them all done in the course of a month. That's kind of the idea. But other than that, all bets are off. Just give me a series that you think I might enjoy or might not. And then the other series is a cozy mystery series called the Harley, what is it called? Give me 1 second. It's in my planner. And while I'm at it, I can tell you what day the first episode will go out. Let's see. It is not that one. It's going to be out in November. It is the Countess of Harley series. That is what it's called. So those are the 2 series I will be working on later on down the line for future episodes. But those are some good suggestions, right? So yes, I know. Interesting. Yeah, I'm very excited. Love it. Fingers crossed you did. Yeah, I hope that it's an entertaining video, at least for you guys. And that's not even a hint to anything that goes on in the video. I just, I don't want to say whether or not I did, because you guys are going to find out in that video. Picture the cover, but couldn't remember the title. It's going to be fun. People have opinions about this one. Yeah, I definitely took those opinions into consideration when reading. So do not worry. I think you guys, like I said, might be a little surprised with how it went for me, especially considering my personal taste in reading, if you're familiar with it. But it'll be interesting. But with my planner open now, I can tell you guys that episode will be coming out on Friday, September 9th. So from today, it's a couple weeks. It's about little less than 3 weeks from now. That's when that video will be coming out. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm very excited to do that. And then I think that's all of the announcements in terms of other things I've got going on. I mean, I've been posting pretty regularly on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think that so far that has been working out very well for me, because I've been basically doing all my filming Saturdays and then editing all day Sunday. And then the rest of the week is pretty much, for the most part, just, left to my own devices to spend with my husband and my puppy, all those things. So I'm very, very excited to continue with that. But looking forward to it. Thank you. I'm so excited. Sounds fun. I've been revamping prompts for my TBR game. I've been wanting to do something fun like that. I actually, funny enough, you bring that up, I included in my wheel, so I have my own TBR game that I do. I call it Wheel of D20. And I actually included your tarot TBR game into that. So if I end up pulling it, don't be surprised if I just randomly message you like on Discord or something, being like, hey, can you send me the prompts for your tarot TBR game? Because I get to use it like this, whatever month it might be. Because it's basically like part of my wheel of prompts that I get to pick from. And typically with that, what I'm doing, because I did this actually in August, I've had to do this for August, where I pulled up somebody else's TBR game, and that prompt for the rest of the prompts I have to pull from, that game has to pick my prompts. So I had like 2 prompts that came straight from my wheel, and then the other 3 that I had to do to start off this new session of Wheel of D20 was the 3 left over had to be all picked from the other TBR game, which August I ended up having to play Stephanie's Book versus Starhop TBR game, if any of you are familiar with that, which that was really, really fun. Very excited for that. Hello, Elena. Welcome. Glad to see you today. So yeah, all right. So we're going to go ahead and do our next roll, and we'll see what our next we'll see what our next sprint time is going to be, since it's getting close to a good time for a new sprint. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so that time we rolled a 7. So we're going to do a 35-minute sprint for this one. Just go ahead and... Yay, I definitely will. Hopefully it's kinder to you than it is for me and my friend Morgan when she played. I hope so, because according to your last 2 TBR games, it's not been very nice to you. Fingers crossed if I get it, it is nice to me, but we'll see. All right, let's pull up my 35-minute timer. This is going to be really fun for those people that are really into space and stuff, because it's a space countdown one with the Earth. So the Earth also rotates on this one, so it's very exciting. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do 35 minutes worth of reading, everybody. Hope you guys have a good time, and I will see you guys in 35. Go. Okay, everybody, that was 35 minutes. How'd you guys do? I got through 2 chapters and a little bit more of another one. So let's see. Destiny, hello. Glad you could make it. Get rid of that. Get my 10-minute timer started. There we go. Hello, Alicia. All right. So yeah, how'd you guys do? How did we do? Chapter 14. Okay, cool. What are you reading today, Elena? I, for those of you that don't know, am reading currently The Hating Game by Sally Thorne for the 3rd time. This is one of my books for Witchathon and is also one of my Wheel of D20 picks for the month of August. So, 3rd time reading it, still love it. Just my favorite romance I have ever come across. And that's mostly because I think I really relate to Lucy a lot. Lucy's like one of the first like romance characters I actually felt like I connected with because I feel like she is me in some capacities. That's page 37. Nice. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. All right, cool. Oh, yeah, so this is like one of the few books I will constantly ever reread. Like this is like become my comfort reread. I don't know. It's just something about watching the relationship between Josh and Lucy is like just so beautiful. Like for those of you that have read this or even watched the movie, I don't know if the movie does everything that the book is involved in. I'm going to hopefully be watching it this weekend. But I'm at the point in the book where Josh is taking care of Lucy when she gets sick after the paintball tournament. So I don't know if they bring that up at all in the movie. I hope they do because I really, really love that scene. For 22 pages of The Kingdom of God. So good. Awesome. 20% left of Legendary audiobook. Ooh, nice. Hello. Welcome. Got about a chapter of Warbreaker read. Where are you at with it? I know you commented on my video earlier saying that you were kind of just getting started with it. Where are you at currently? I gotta know. Currently reading Court by Tracy Wolff, currently on page 160. How are you liking that series? Because that's like the 4th book, I think, in the series. I have the first one, and I want to know what you think of it, because I've heard mixed things, and I just want to know what there is with that. Got to 94% in Lincoln and the Bardo. Ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm on page 130 something. No, not even. Yeah, 130. 130. Okay. I didn't think I got that far, but I actually read probably around like 40 some pages that time. So, what else is new? What else is going on with me? Not much. I think I talked about everything that's new and updates. Yeah, I think that's all I've been able to tell you guys, I think, for right now. Get my glasses off so I stop having that stupid freaking glare for a minute. But yeah, so hope you guys have been doing okay. I know things have been a little crazy recently. And I know I've been posting still like a ton, but just, I'm doing okay. Like I know I was talking earlier about a lot of the crazy stuff that's been going on, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing fine. Husband and puppy are doing great. Oscar's got so big, you guys. He is in 9 days going to be like 8 months. Hold on. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Oh, he's going to be 10 months. Shit. Okay. Yeah, my baby's going to be 10 months old on the 29th. That's not okay. He's almost a year old. That's crazy. Page 278. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh. My little boy's going to be a year old in November. Siri was jumping on the bead and light storm, trying to yeah. I did finish it. Yes, I did finish it actually. When was it? It was Wednesday. No, it was Thursday. Thursday during the day, I actually ended up finishing it because I was reading it during Bree sprints on Wednesday, and then during the day, Thursday, I listened to like the last like 4.5 hours of it, and I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It is so far my favorite Brandon Sanderson book out of everything we've read so far for the read along. And that's surprising because I loved The Hero of Ages like a ton. I'm really excited for the live show for that because I think that there's going to be a lot of interesting discussions, I think, in terms of theories from everything, because I have some theories. It's fine. Spell checks, it's annoying. Yeah, I have a lot of theories with how exactly Warbreaker's world ties into, more specifically, Mistborn. I talked about it a little bit with on Bree Sprints, but I'm really excited to hear what everybody has to say when we get to do the live show for that, because I think it's going to be really cool. I think there's going to be a lot of theorizing, like a lot of us did with the end of Mistborn Era 1 and then with Era 2, like just like everything else. But yeah, so, and then be starting The Way of Kings in September, which I'm very intimidated by, only because of just how big it is. And this is the series I think every single person I've ever met when it comes to Brandon Sanderson has said is like the best series out of all of his, because Mistborn is good, but like a lot of people are kind of hit or miss with some of the books. And then Way of Kings, or the Stormlight Archive, is like so much better. So I'm excited, but I'm very intimidated because those books are freaking huge. But we'll get through it. That'll probably be like, I don't even know. I have to start figuring out what my reading schedule is going to be, but I have to finish my Wheel of D20 books before I can even do that. So I'm hoping I can still manage to get The Way of Kings done in time. I think I should be able to no matter what, but it's gonna be a trip. But yeah, so, oh goodness. It's exactly why I don't even want to start with Sanderson. Hey, that's fair. I mean, honestly, I'm glad that I joined in with the read along, because I have been wanting to read Sanderson for a long time, and I didn't really know where to start. And so the fact that this one started up where like we were going through like the Cosmere and like going through like at least a good portion of it, if not all of it, like that was going to be really, really like fun. And I think that they've done it very well with splitting up, like, especially having done all of Mistborn Era 2 in the same month, I think was probably the smartest thing, since we didn't start like in January. The whole thing started in like March. But I'm very excited though too, because by the time we get done with Rhythm of War, there will be another book in Mistborn Era 2's storyline that comes out. I think it was in November. And I think there's something else coming out later this year. I can never remember. I keep trying to look it up and I can never remember. I think I'm going to start Way of Kings next week. I don't want to rush through. I feel like I'll need to absorb as much as possible. Yeah, I think that one's going to be the one I spend the most time on with September. Like, I'm going to try to, like, I've been trying this month to obtain a certain page goal every single day, like the same page goal, and then like a little bit here and there, like for ending chapters and stuff like that. But I think that it's obviously going to be a bigger page count, I would think, next month, with the fact that Way of Kings is by itself over 1,000 pages. But I think that by reading a certain chunk every single day will definitely be helpful. But I also don't know if I'm going to want to read it closer to the live show, if I want to like read it earlier in the month. Like, that's kind of where my issue with figuring out what I want to do is whether or not I want to read it at the beginning of September, if I want to wait till towards the end. Read the first Mistborn trilogy, and I'm good for now with Sanderson. They're chunky and heavy. Yeah, I would say that if you don't feel like you need to read more from him, that's fine. Like, that's totally for you. I really enjoy it. I think that Era 2 is not really the best. Honestly, I feel like it's fine to know what's going on with the rest of the world, but it's not like a necessity right now. Like, it's not tying into anything as of yet. But I would definitely recommend trying to read, if you can, Elantris and Warbreaker, just because I think that those by themselves are really good. Elantris, and actually both were meant to be standalones, but are going to get sequels later on. I don't know when either of them are coming out, but I really liked Elantris and Warbreaker just purely because, like, even though they were marketed as a standalone, they weren't, like, super heavy to me to where, like, they were unenjoyable. Because, like, I know Mistborn can be a lot, especially when you get into, like, book 2 and 3. With Era 1, they can be a lot. But I highly recommend, you know, if you want to end up continuing, you know, go with Elantris and then Warbreaker and, you know, go from there. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. That's totally per your situation. But all right, so I just saw my timer go off, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here with our next sprint. Let's see what we end up getting. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, this might be good for some of you that like the longer ones. We got an 11. It's an 11. So that means we're going to do a 55-minute sprint. So this is going to be a nice long one. I hope you guys can get a lot of stuff reading in that time. I know some of you are trying to get some stuff really cranked in. So I hope that this will be good. I'm going to apologize for how disgustingly bright this is because I did not realize it was going to be this bright of a pink. But, all right. Nope, not that one. There we go. It is making me pink with how pink this is. So I apologize if this is too much. But, yes. Do you like the longer ones? Yeah, I know some people do. Yay! Okay, awesome. I'm glad to hear people are finishing their stuff. Yay, yay, yay. But yeah, I'll be getting through a good chunk of the Hating Game, and I'm so happy because, like, this is, again, like, it's my favorite. So we're going to go ahead and enjoy this nice long sprint. So come back in about 55 minutes, and we'll see where we end up from there. So have fun, guys. Happy reading, and I'll see you guys in almost an hour. Go. Wait, hold on. It's got to go through the thing. Okay, go. Okay, folks that are still here, because I know quite a few of you guys left. That has been 55 minutes. Hope you guys got some good reading in. I got through about 61 pages, I think. So yeah. So Alicia got another 10 pages read and then went to bed. Hello, Carissa. Welcome. Listening to lessons in chemistry. Ooh, fun. Okay, Courtney went to bed. Sam went to bed. Thank you for joining me, Sam. On page 348. And Elena's off to bed. All right. Thank you for joining. Have a good night. Yay! Finished the audiobook. Awesome. 4 out of 5. Yay! Finished putting something. Page 64 now. Nice. I am on page 192. I still have, I think, just under another 100 pages before I reach my goal for today, but I don't know if I'm going to get to that tonight. We'll see. I might just wait to finish that tomorrow, because I'm supposed to finish it tomorrow anyway, so I might just finish the rest of it. Putting the baby's room together. It's first night in his own room. Oh no! I hope he does okay. Poor thing. Read around 40 pages and had to give the cat some love. Of course, always have to give the babies their love. Listen to a few chapters while doing some homework. Awesome. Going to read an e-arc of Bad Fruit now, which is really interesting. I started it last night. Ooh. Is it a mystery? Is it like what kind of genre is it? I've never heard of that before. Oh goodness, I didn't even start my timer. Hang on a tick. Give me 1 second. All right, timer is going. All right, so what else can I talk about for like 10 more minutes? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I could talk about for another 10 minutes. I don't know. Listed as a contemporary horror thriller. Ooh. Oh, okay. That's something I can talk about real quick. So I've also been reading Extasia by Claire Legrand. This is my library copy. I've been reading this in the background, like after I get to my reading goal and stuff, and I'm like 100 pages into this. This is a really good, like, horror. Like, 100 pages in, it is incredibly atmospheric. Like, it's amazing. Yes, everybody hydrate. I don't currently have any water on me, but I will probably go get some actually here in a minute. But, so this is Claire Legrand's newest book. It came out in February of this year and was one of my most anticipated books for the year. This is really good. If any of you are fans of the Village movie that M. Night Shyamalan made, this has got major Village vibes. So it's pretty good. I actually really like it a lot. I will say I think it is, I don't know if fast-paced is necessarily the right word, but things are very intense and very quick, I guess is what I will say. 2 chapters of Warbreaker and got dressed for bed. Nice. Added to the TBR. Nice. Yeah, so if you're a fan of any of Claire Legrand's other work, obviously this is her newest one. She also has written the Furyborn young adult fantasy series, as well as Sawkill Girls, which is, I think, an adult mystery thriller. I think it's in the adult genre. But this is her newest one. This is focusing on a young girl. She's about 16 years old. She lives in a post-apocalyptic kind of Christian-esque town. Again, think The Village, cut off from the rest of the world. Everybody says outside the wall is bad. There's monsters, demons, all that stuff. But this is a very heavy Christian-like, culty kind of vibe about it. And Amity, who is our main character, she is anointed as a saint in this world, and the saints are basically representative of, I guess, 4 women who supposedly brought about the end of the world. I don't quite really know what that's all about still. Don't really know what's involved with that. But Amity actually is surprisingly being anointed because in the past, like leading up to this, her mother had been basically going crazy. The town thought that she was basically being controlled by a devil or a demon, and she basically ran off and is either dead or, according to the townspeople, taken in by the devil. And so Amity, though, she finds out that two of the other girls that are also saints that were anointed before her, they are involved with a woman that is outside of the wall. They call her Malice. And they say that they have to run away from this town, that they need Amity to go with them away from this town because there's bad things happening. And it turns out that the town has had, at this point, like 9 young boys who have all been murdered somehow. They don't know by who, they don't know what's gone on, but there's a lot of boys going missing and dying. And Amity realizes that in order to figure out what's going on and to take down whatever demon or devil that there might be in this world that is targeting these boys, she has to go outside the wall and meet this woman, Malice. And that is all I know so far. That's like the first 100 pages of this. And it's pretty much like the synopsis, more or less, because the synopsis tells you that basically she is going to meet with people and try to basically solve this issue. But again, if you like The Village, this definitely has those vibes with this town. And I have a feeling that this is going to play a lot on The Village, where like we're going to learn about what the real monsters are, and they're going to probably be the people in this town. But really enjoying that so far. That is, like I said, my back burner book for right now, but very, very fun. I am going to hope that it ends up at least a 4-star, because this is the first Claire Legrand book I've read, and I love the writing. It is very lyrical, but it's very fun so far. Loving the high stakes in the Poppy War, and I'm annotating it as I go and super invested. Ooh, have fun with that. I wish I would have the gall to annotate more, I guess, but I can only annotate really books that I've read like multiple times. Like I think the next time I read this, if I can remember, I will annotate it, because I'm on my 3rd reread of this and I love it so much that I want to annotate it, but I just didn't think to do that this time around. But maybe I'll do that with my next time I read this, because I'm going to be rereading it over and over and over again, like probably at least once a year, if not more often than that. But yeah, so that's basically the other book that I'm working on right now. But again, it's more of a back burner one. Like if I can reach my page goal for my set TBR in a day, I'll transfer over to my back burner book. But I want to hopefully get that done soon, because that library copy is due back in a few days. So love the Poppy War. So did I. I need to reread them too. I have not read them in a long time, and I would love to go back and reread them. Especially because, like, since it's a finished series, you just read the 3 and then you're done. But Babel is coming out on Tuesday, and I'm so excited. I have been literally waiting for this book to come out since Rebecca had been working on it, like when she was talking about it on Twitter, back like when the Poppy War was really like getting big with I think it was just before I want to say book 2 came out. She's been working on Babel, like at least the beginning process of writing it. I'm so excited. It's gonna be, I think this is gonna end up being like an auto-buy author for me, because already the Poppy War, I was like, I will buy whatever this woman writes because she's a beautiful writer. I am really excited, though, with the fact that this is going to focus more on a dark academia kind of style, and the fact that it's going to continue what she's done with the Poppy War, talking about colonization in a lot of ways, and more specifically, the actual effects of colonization in especially an academic setting, because Lord knows nobody talks about that kind of crap, especially in terms of language. So my little English nerd heart is going to be like bursting at the seams, I think, with this one. So I'm super, super excited. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Like I've already decided it is for sure on my September TBR. It is going to be something I read in September, and I cannot wait. I'm chomping at the freaking bit about it. I think that she may be an auto-buy author for me also. Like she's brilliant. What she did with the Poppy War was like just leaps and bounds ahead of what I think most fantasy authors were expecting. And the pure fact that that was her debut series and the first book as her debut book was like a massive success, like that is very, very hard for any woman, let alone a person that is not white, to have. Like, I am so freaking happy for her and for how young she is too. Like, she's just barely older than me. Like, she's got to be probably like maybe 27, and she's still in school. Like, she's getting her doctorate right now, I think. Like, she is everything I wish I could be when it came to being an author. Truthfully, like her path, the thing that she did, like I wish I had the ability to be her in terms of being an author. Like the way she writes, the way she's able to construct the story, the way she was able to get a publishing deal at such a young age and have it become a massive success to the point where like people are gonna be like, she's my auto-buy author. Like, that was my dream when I was a kid, when I had really wanted to become an author. And while that dream is not something that's really anything for me anymore, it still makes my heart so happy to see people like Rebecca go through that process and do so well, especially when I love the books that they put out as well. And like, I feel like that they really deserve that. Cause, I love that woman so much. And she's so funny and goofy, and I adore her. She's a wonderful human being. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I wish I could be able to meet her and get her to sign my books. I really do, but none of those events take place anywhere near me, unfortunately. Like, I have to go out to Detroit or something like that. And I'm not about to drive out to Detroit for that, because that's a long ways for me. But okay, so that is the end of my timer for this little break. We do have time for another sprint. Depending on how long this next one will be, we may have time for more than that. So let's go ahead and see what we end up getting for this next sprint. Okay, so so surprised when I find myself chuckling with some of her descriptions. She's a master. Like, I kid you not. Like, she's so witty and so funny. It's like unparalleled to many other authors in my mind. Like, there's a reason why people like George R.R. Martin were like, you guys need to check this author out. Like, there's a reason why that happened. It's because she's good at what she does. But this time we rolled an 8, so we're going to do a 40-minute sprint this time. So a little shorter than this last one, but depending on how we're all feeling, we may do another one. We'll see. We'll see how everyone's feeling. We'll see how I'm feeling after this one, because that is probably a good indicator of how everybody else is. So let's pull up a timer. So, yep, we're going to do 40 minutes, everybody. Good luck. Happy reading. Hope you guys can get some more good time in. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, that is the end of that sprint. I'm thinking it's time for everybody to go to bed because everybody is, I think, dropping like flies at this point. So, yep, 40 minutes. Definitely will get you through Warbreaker pretty quick. Sleep's calling to me, so I'll be going. Thank you for a very productive evening and excellent company. You're welcome. Thank you for joining, Issa. Guys, yeah, I think it's about time. I'm going to finish this chapter and go to bed myself because it is very late. And, yeah. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. Just final reminders for things. If you can, please listen to my podcast on the Anchor app or on Spotify. It is at Owl's Book Nest. It's very easy to find. Please give me some feedback by contacting me on like social media or something like that. And then also the Finish Your DNF series will be starting out in September. The first video will be coming out September 9th. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you want to hear my thoughts on the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And otherwise, I will try to continue doing sprints again. I've been so out of practice recently, but I think I'm finally getting back to being able to do them a little bit better. So yeah, be excited for next week when I am back doing more. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Nice, page 75. Hope you enjoyed the Poppy War, Paulina. I'm so excited to hear what you have to say about it later. You're welcome, Krista. You're welcome, Paulina. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I guess I will see all of you guys in my next video or next week for sprints. Bye, everybody.